Good morning, or for a lot of you guys, it's good evening. Our guest today is Daria Keenan, and this is evening for her. So, hello, good day. How's that? So, welcome to Tech Talk Live, and you guys should know me pretty well by now that I'm Amy Masters, and we're waiting for Daria to come on. And if you guys have not already Facebook stalked Daria, then you're missing out on some great go-to inspiration for nail art. She's an amazing nail artist. Hi, Rachel. Hello. It's my morning. Good morning, Kara. I'm super excited for you guys to meet Daria. Here she comes here. Hi, Nicole. Oh, and Miss Courtney. Courtney, we talked about you yesterday in my little live that I did last night. We bragged about you. Hi, Lorraine and Joanne. Oh, Daria declined for some reason. I'm going to try that again. You gotta love how Facebook works sometimes. Daria, where'd you go? Oh my goodness. Good morning, ladies. I look super glamorous today. Ooh. Thanks, Miss Courtney. I was just doing a pre-live with Daria, and I know he can connect. For some reason, you know how it messes with me sometimes. Hey, Daria, added you again. Good morning, Jenny.
Hey.
Good morning to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning here. What time is it where you are?
It is 5 p.m. Just over
5.
5 p.m. Yeah.
I love it. And you're still on Tuesday?
Yes, still on Tuesday.
So you're in my future.
Oh,
Well, hello. Everybody, this is Daria Keenan. And where are you from?
I'm from the UK, from what's
Mhm.
Louisville. So, but originally I am a British lady, but I was originally born in Ukraine. So that's why
Oh
I
my
suppose
God.
you can still hear a little bit of my accent.
I love your accent. So I was talking
Oh,
about your accent yesterday. I was like, it's kind of a girl crush. I love the accents. It's funny to me that people think that I have an accent.
do you? Yeah, really. But you see, for me, when I was younger, it was so maybe a little bit even embarrassing thing, I would say. It just be a little bit different from everybody else. But I think as I grew up, I'm not 17, 18 anymore. I'm already 31. So I just think I don't care. I don't care what other people say. I am who I am.
Yes,
So
exactly. You have to embrace that. Well, Daria, I have to tell you, I kept coming across your artwork over the last couple years, and it was just like, wow, it's phenomenal. And I'm talking like perfection, phenomenal. And so when I reached out for you to come on Tech Talk, I remember you saying, "Oh, I don't know," but I'm so thankful that you did because I can't wait to share you with everybody as I do. I go to your site sometimes just for inspiration of something different. And so
oh,
I
thank
look up
you.
to you. You're somebody that I want to aspire to be like with my art as well. And so thank you for that.
It's
So,
just that it make me be so proud of myself, really, because it's just like something I do. I don't even think about it, that I need to be like the greatest one out there. I just love what I do. That's pretty much the
yeah.
secret, I suppose. Yeah. So, and I
And
was
it
really glad
shows.
because my family is supporting me at this. So, nobody's against, nobody think that I'm doing something silly, nobody gonna need this or anything like that. So my husband, he supported me through that. He hates it. He can't even hear anymore the words, nail words and things. But anyway, yeah, he's always by my side. So he's the first one who sees my nail art. So
That's so important too. I've had a change in life where I say I upgraded my husband, and my husband, let me tell you, he's very supportive of what I do. And each time I come up with a quirky idea that I was like, hey, I think I'm going to do some lives on Facebook, like a talk show kind of thing. And he was like, okay, well, did you write down the steps? Like he helps me along the way of troubleshooting and, what if this happens and what if this happens and things that I don't think about sometimes. So you need that support group. And even if they go, that's great, because they have no clue what we're really doing. But we need that. We need that no matter who it is. We just need somebody. And if you don't have somebody, I think you need to find a mentor in our group, because we do like to support each other on that.
yeah, yeah. But what I
Yeah,
would
so
like also to add that because I'm in such an important job, this is the important mission on the planet Earth for me to nail art. I must say, from my personal experience, that perfect husband is the one who knows where's the nail polish or what's the gel polish. He can tell you the difference, right? That's what the perfect husband is.
that's so funny. We're going to have to make a list of what a perfect husband is for a nail tech and then add that to our group that they have to know this.
Yeah.
That's funny. So, Daria, how did you get into the nail industry? So, you've been licensed for 7 years, but what made you go for the nail industry?
Oh gosh, it is a long story. Basically, I think my passion began when I was about literally, I think 9 or 10 years old, because I know that every single time when it was summertime and it was time off school, my mom used to always yell at me because she would buy a nail polish or she would buy a little bottle of acetone and that will be gone in a couple of days because I will be updating my nails. I will be changing the color like 2, 3 times a day. And she was like, what? I only bought an acetone. Where did it go? Did you drink it or what? And yeah, and that's when my passion began. I was raised by a single mom who lost her job. She lost her job. I was about, I would say, 12 or 13, an early teenager. And she was desperate to find the first literally available job so we could leave, so we can survive. And she found a vacancy in hairdressing, and they had a cleaner vacancy, and this is the vacancy she took. I was really embarrassed at that time that my mom is in the position of a cleaner. But anyway, I was coming to visit my mom and see all those people who have an amazing job. They're laughing, they're doing beauty things, and I'm thinking, and I thought at that time, this is something I really want to do because it's kind of like you have fun and you get paid for that. This is I want to have an easy life, easy money, things like that. And when I was graduating from school, I took my first ever course. It was a basic course of a manicure and a pedicure. It was a pedicure with a razor tool to
Yeah.
shave off everything that is can be shaved, possibly shaved. And a manicure, very basic manicure where the client hands get soaked. To be honest, I don't even know the name of that manicure. Over there in Russia, in Ukraine, they call it classic manicure. I would say
Right.
because they classify it as a classic manicure is when where the cuticle is fully removed. The Russian manicure is now a dry manicure, e-file manicure, and they have a European manicure, which is basically with the cuticle just getting pushed back. Yeah,
Right.
so, and I took my first course. I was also, I'm not going to say that I was forced to go into the higher education, but I did though. I went to the University of Aviation. So, yeah, and I'm a graduate, but I hated, I hated every single minute I spent there. I hated it. So I went part-time studying, and after about a year at the uni, I went part-time studying, and at the same time, I was also doing what I love to do. I did nails. I found the first available job. I took some courses. Basically, um, we also have kind of like a mentoring or private kind of like a mentoring. You know, when you pay for private lessons, once you license, and you want to just update your skills. And this is what I did. I did it in Ukraine during the summertime, and then I was getting improved in what I do, and the salon owner, she said, "Listen, I really need to go because our nail technician, she's so busy, and we just can't take all the clients on board. Would you like to stay and do a job?" And I thought, yes. So,
Yeah.
and I took the job, and this is how it all started. I'm not gonna say that I was super busy, but I must say that as I was getting improved after about 4 months, I think, I had to close my booking system because I could not take more people on board. Because people over there, they're a lot more consistent because they like the nails, condition of the nails and the feet is really matters to them. So basically, if you have your nails done, you have it done weekly. It's not about nail extensions or glitter or anything like that at all. It is just about the plain nail polish and a really good manicure. That's all they want. That's all they're asking for. And they really, if they like you, they back every 1 week or 10 days or 2 weeks. So,
Wow, yeah.
because everyone is different. Yeah, when here in the UK, I don't know how it is in America, but in the UK, it is a lot harder to build your clientele. When I took my first course back in Ukraine, I was told that to be fully booked, you need 100 regular clients. And those 100 regular clients, if they have their things done every 2 to 3 weeks, it guarantees you 3, 4 people a day constantly, like a cycle. When in the UK, I have so many regular clients. On one hand, they're regular, but on the other hand, they're not consistent at all because they only have things done like pedicure when they go on holiday, or they have their nails done when they got events in their life, their weddings or birthdays, graduations, things like that. So it is a little bit harder in the UK, I would say,
Yeah.
definitely.
You know, that's one of the things that I like about us having this group and being worldwide is we learn so much from each other because sometimes when we're comparing ourselves to other techs, it's not the same in each area. In the States,
No,
from state to state, from just 3 hours away, the trend is different, like the even the shaping and like you said. So my clientele, even though I've moved a couple times in my career, it's been always about the same. So I've learned that sometimes it's not what the trend is, it's what I have to offer, and they like that. And so I do a lot more of a natural nail kind of look. I've not done a whole lot of extensions. And if I have, it's honestly been for photo shoots or prom, like you said, every now and then occasion. But I agree with you over here. They don't want to come every week. They don't have the time. And everything seems to be about time and money. I don't have the time nor the money. But yet, when I know every single day they stop and buy a latte for $5, I know that they are willing to spend the money for something that's good. So I don't let that affect me. So I advertise, this is the time frame. Give me that time and I'm going to deliver these nails for this dollar. Like it's almost like our advertising has to show those three things to get them in. If I just showed them pictures of nails, that would not entice them to come in. I have to prove to them that time and money and the quality is what you're getting. And
exactly. I
it's worked
totally
for me.
agree.
Yeah, yeah. But they won't come every week. They don't even want to come every 2 weeks. Over here, they want to go 3 or 4 weeks. And so you're building up a clientele of 100 to 200 people because you need those people in all the time.
You here, for real, you need not 100, you need about 300, you know? But on the other hand, when I was younger, things were different because at the moment I'm a mom of two beautiful girls. I have a family. I need to have, say for instance, I need to have some Saturdays off because I didn't have any Saturdays off up until the end of May, and I want to spend time with my family as well. And in the end of the day, when to draw, when, when if you don't have time, when you need to have time for the creativity,
Yeah.
to let it. So that's why I have set myself a limit that I can only take 1 to 2 clients a day because I want to, because I want to put 100% of me into that. I don't want to do quick fixes. This is not for me. So I thought that I
Hmm.
would rather put my prices up. I have so many clients. We'll be busy once or twice a day, but like I said, I can't just do a quick fix. It has to be from start to finish. It has to be spot on. And
Hmm.
I'm still, all the time, but pretty much in all work I do, I see I'm looking for imperfections and defects. I think it's just something to do in there, But like I said, if I took 3 or 4 clients a day, I will be very unsatisfied and I will be a very unhappy lady.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. And it's a constant struggle with that. Do you find that you're having to schedule in, like in my appointment book, it actually says time off with my daughter. Because then I know I will not go into that time if I see that. And then when my clients see that, they're like, oh, I won't, and I'll wait. I'll go an extra week. I understand. And I hate that I have to write that in my book saying day off with my husband, day off with my daughter. But sometimes that's what I have to do, or I'll pencil somebody in very quickly.
Exactly, yeah. Because otherwise, sometimes I have days when I finish 10:30 in the night and I can't even say goodnight to my children. So you have to book your time off because otherwise there will be no life.
Yeah, so true. So very true. And I think part of your growing up, like what you shared about your mom and, losing her job and doing whatever it takes and taking the first job, don't you feel that that's always a part of you and your fire too, of saying, I want to do this and this is, I'm going to still be my mom, but I can still bring in money and I can do this. And so, it's interesting. And I love that feeling of what we have that grows through our generations of our family that makes us who we are. And it reflects in
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
and must admit that I think when I had my second child, I was in a long, very long maternity leave. It was almost 4 years. And I thought, like, because I did nothing that has to do with the nails, I did everything that has to do as of being a mum. And I just thought, I don't want to be back. And then one day I just woke up and I decided I have to go back to what I love because you're trying to, you know, to put it aside. No, I'm a mom. I have to be a perfect mom and spend 100% of my time. But then I think, on the other hand, if you do that, if you sacrifice what you love, you just, you're burning out
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
And this is like, honestly, a lot of people think, a lot of my clients, they come into me and I have like a massive display of different nail arts, and they like, especially
Mhm.
first time clients, oh wow, wow, I've never seen anything like that. You're so clever, you're so clever. And I'm thinking, am I? To be honest, I have nothing of mine. All I do, I find in the patterns, fabric patterns, things like that, work of other people, and I'll just draw the same thing. That's all. I'm not
Yeah.
so clever as some people think. I'm just a copycat.
But don't you find, so my clients call it Amyizing it, but don't you find that even though you're finding inspiration from something else, you're still twisting it just a little bit that it becomes your own?
I think so. Yes,
Hmm.
because even I don't know, I don't think that I can draw even with my own hands, two pieces exactly identical. There is always will be something, there will be a little twist, with that
Hmm.
little something, but it is still look very similar, but it's different.
Yeah.
It is really
Yeah.
hard to create an identical. I'm not a photocopy machine, right? So it is really difficult, but it is always my own twist because we don't have. Say, for instance, if somebody showed the tutorial of how to draw a rose, and they use the certain colors. I don't have those colors. I have to mix my own colors just by mixing different
Hmm.
shades of gel polishes, and that will be something similar, but it is already different product.
Hmm. But that's that part that makes you clever and makes you unique like that. That's what your clients are saying, or
Thank
they're like,
you.
wow, she created that just for me. So I last live that I did, I we were talking like this, and this ties in perfectly of something that I'm really working on doing. Um, as nail techs, when we do nail art, we only get maybe $5 to $10 for the art. Sometimes we can charge a little bit more, but yet we could take our nail art that we do on a tip and we can put it on a canvas and put it in a gallery and how much money you're going to make off of that. So I'm actually putting together a fundraiser that all of us techs can do where we're going to take one tip and decorate it however we want, and then we're going to mimic that on a canvas. I'm going to make all the canvases the same size and turn it into a competition. And we're then going to take the canvas and we're going to put it into a gallery and we're going to auction them off, and then whether you keep half the profits or you donate it or well, but I want to prove to nail techs that the art that we're doing is more than $5 and $10 art that we turn around and take off a couple weeks later. The art that we're doing is like the art in the background of your wall. What you paid for those canvases is a lot more than $5 or $10. So I
It
want
is.
to us
I
techs
so
to
agree
realize
with
what we're
you.
doing.
It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
definitely, yeah. And like you said, it is only $5 to $10 for the nail art, and still people think they still, oh my God, that's too much. That is a big
Yes.
price to pay. And I'm thinking, really? You know? But what do you need to do? Like, I think every nail technician, some people, they're like me. They like everything plain. Even though I can do nail art, they like everything plain. But I still think I can sell myself. I can convince those people that they need a nail art. Basically, I can give a good tip is you can say to the client, you can show what you can do. Look, this is what I do. I really like doing what I do. And they're still, no, 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 I'm still going to go for the classic red nail polish. And all you have to say, look, let's try. If you don't like it, I'll rub it off. I'll remove it all.
Yep.
Let's try. I
Yep.
do your first nail art. Look, let's try. Just go a little bit. I do it first time. I do it for free. Have a go.
Yep.
And I had so many people who would totally, they like what I do. They think this is amazing, but they're not those type of people who are gonna wear it themselves, who are gonna have it on their nails. And then once they try, oh, it's really nice. And then they were coming back and they were paying for the next set of
Yeah.
nails, and of course nail art. Yeah. So
Yeah. I had a client tell me one time, and I did her nails for many years, so I say this in pure respect of what she said. But this is what she told me. She said, Amy, all through school, I was the short and round one. I never wore makeup because I sweated all the time. I couldn't have long hair, so she's had short, spiky hair. And as she became an adult, she and her husband opened up a meat locker. So, like where they cut up meat and process it. And she says, I've never been pretty. She goes, so I'd get my nails done because it was something that people complimented me on. She goes, but when I started coming to you and you talked to me into nail art, because she always did French manicure, she said, I really got compliments. And that's the only compliments I've ever had in life is people say, let me see your nails. What did you do today? She goes, there's nothing else about me that's so unique. And so sometimes people get into the nail art side, not only because you made them feel good about it, but because all the compliments that they get from the other people. And
exactly,
from
yes.
then on, she got artwork every time. Yeah.
Once, it wasn't that long time ago. I think it was actually last week. One of my clients, she had a nail art, but she likes nail art. That's why she's my client, because she was so happy when she found me. And she went out, and one of her friends, who's a nail technician as well, she looked at her nails and said, wow, does your nail tech, where does she get those stickers from? I would like to buy some too. And she said, I was so proud to say that this is not the sticker.
Yes.
That was so, and it made me so proud as well that the people actually, that they value what I do. And she said, I was so proud of you. And I was really proud of myself. I mean, yeah, I'm so happy when people are happy. I think this is the best pay you can get, really.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, Daria, tell us a little bit more. So, you got licensed. You've been licensed for the 7 years, and you balanced being a mom and all of that. But then you took the next level and decided to become an educator. So, are you an independent educator? Or are you affiliated
I'm
with a company?
independent. I'm not certified as a nail educator, as a nail trainer, or
Mhm.
anything like this. Not at all. Basically, what I offer, I don't offer anything that can be involved with health and safety, although I know all of it. But all I do is just a one-to-one nail art sessions. So when the people who
Mhm.
can't draw anything, they can come and I can help them out. So they have to take little steps at a time, 3 hour sessions. And as they get improved, as they understand how it all works, because a lot of people, they do work with gel polishes. They know how to apply it. They got certified, but they have no idea how I do those things. So
Yes.
basically, they know how different nail stickers work, how you can stick them on, or how do you put the glitter on. But everything else, it just like it's kind of for them, it's a totally new world, new level, something they've never
Yes.
done before, and they think, oh my God, this is so complicated. But when you actually do it, it's a lot easier than you think. It looks scary, because they think, oh
Right.
my God, it will take me like 3 hours to do that. It's not. It is a lot easier, and you just have to be determined like I was, because
Mhm.
I only been with the nail art for about a year. About a year ago, I've decided, I've seen some amazing pictures of Russian nail technicians, and I thought, more than anything, I would like to do it myself. I would like to be as good as they are and draw all those things, like different tulips, like all kind of things. And I went into the store and I bought a notepad and the
Mhm.
pencils and the paint, and I just think, let's start drawing something.
Yes.
So I started, and then I realized, hold on a minute, but that is a totally different scale of what I do in my
Right.
A4 paper, and when you do a
Nope.
tiny nail. So I was practicing on the nails. I bought myself and different nail paints because I thought that might help, which is actually not really. So, but I could not draw a circle. I could not draw a square. I've never had a paintbrush before that. So to say that some people think, oh my God, you must be so arty. Do you draw any paintings and things? Never ever before in my life. I've learned it all. Once I got to a certain level, I took professional courses such as Paris Nail School. They do
Right.
amazing online sessions, and it's totally worth it. I've never thought the online education can be so effective actually, because I thought, oh my God, it's rubbish. No, you have to sit with somebody and somebody standing with you and showing you. It's really not.
Yes.
It's really not with the modern
Yeah.
technologies. I think it's far better than doing it in the group. When you sit on the sofa in the comfort of your own home and you watch an online session and you ask all the questions you have and they're answering them all. Yeah, so
Mhm. Yeah.
but this is basically how my nail art journey started, and I have so much to do and so little time. I feel like this.
It's so
How many
interesting that you say, yeah, because I look up to you, and so I think it's
oh
interesting
my
that
God.
you talk about your journey and how you got into the art because your art to me is phenomenal. And so it's always interesting then you see somebody else that you want to be like, and they see somebody else they want to be like. We never get to where I think we're totally happy with it. Do you ever feel that at sometimes with your art, you just have to push the brush down, top coat it, and get away? Like I just have to be done because we're never gonna
I
get it
do.
to where we simply want to.
I do have those times, but it's mainly it is when it's I don't want to do it. I do have times when I don't want to do it. You
I
know,
know, yeah. Mhm.
it's say when it's 10:30 in the night and you still have your client sitting, across you, opposite you, and they say, how about nail art? And I'm thinking, oh my God, Jesus, but it's 10:30 in the night. And they say, but you like to draw so much. When they say, but you like to draw so much. And I'm thinking, I have no choice, but I have to do nail art or something like that. And I'm just thinking, maybe we just stick a few diamonds, a few Swarovski crystals. But you like to draw, with the hands like this. And you think, how can I say no?
Yes.
Because
I have, yeah, likewise. I have clients sometimes that will come in and they're like, I know that you do all this art on me and stuff, but you know what? I kind of just want a basic manicure, just a basic French. That's it, just that. And I'm like, thank you for that. I want to do that too. I don't always have to do art. You're just known for that.
yeah, or like
That's so funny.
exactly. Or sometimes you're really not in the mood for that, and they're saying, "And I want every finger to be different." And I'm thinking, how can every nail be different? You need to make it like a set. But it's all matching. They can be different, but it's within the same style. But it can't be. One nail is a tulip, Another nail is totally something else. That's got nothing to do with the floral art. If it's a floral art, it's a floral art. It stays within the floral art, but you can't jump from one thing into another and then one, and you just think sometimes I do have a little disappointments is when some people, they let you choose. They ask for your advice. Do you think this is going to look good? How about if we do those nails pink and we add something little there, because they know that I know better, because I'm constantly Googling for the pictures and things, and I've seen so many things, and I know they can trust me that this is going to look the best. But some people,
Mhm.
they have no idea at all.
Yeah.
And you have to do it because you can't convince them to go for something else. And when I do that, I don't even want to take any pictures, to be honest. It's
I
just
know.
like I feel really down and upset, and I was thinking, as long as you're happy,
So true. And you know what? Those are the one clients that are like, well, aren't you going to take my picture? And I'm like, oh, yeah, and then they plaster it everywhere. And I'm like, oh, I really didn't care for those. I do have some of those as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so, where do you go for inspiration for nail art?
Where I do go, I go into the like I've already, oh, just something popped up. Yeah, but basically, I do seek for a lot of inspiration. I'm also Russian speaking, and we have a separate, similar to Facebook, Russian social medias, where there's lots of nail groups, and where the people show in person their work, kind of like a
Hmm.
similar groups to what we have on the Facebook. And most of the people, they put their inspirations there, they put their own work, and I do always take screenshots. Always, my phone is like stuff with screenshots, a lot of screenshots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is basically what I do, as well as I'm a member of a group of Paris Nail School. I was trained, I took a floral art course, advanced classes with them, and they always put their own work, and it's really inspiring because I think this is the level I want to be, because when it's not a nail art anymore, it's a proper art,
Yeah.
if that makes
Yeah.
sense. It is a proper art. We're not talking about sticking some few glitters on, It is a serious paintings. It is the people faces, famous people faces, stuff like that. Nor would
Yeah.
it, like, I'm not anywhere near there yet. Because, yes, I've done few faces, but they're not like a photograph, It's not like
Mhm.
that. It is not a professional painting, I think, if it was done by the professional artist. So I'm still working on myself. I'm very self-criticizing, and yeah, I still have a long way to do.
Oh my gosh. And once again, I look at your artwork and I think it's phenomenal. I've gone to your page for inspiration. Honestly, my easy inspiration is what I do is on Pinterest. I created a board that says nails to do, and then I have my board of nails that I've done. And so if somebody comes in and said, I just something that whatever you've wanted to work on, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, but I didn't mark on enough time because I know what I really want to work on is going to take all day. And so I will find something on my Pinterest board that I've already collected that is in the season. And so right now you'll see some spring stuff because it's spring over here. And even though it's still snowing outside, and so that's kind of my go-to because it's quick for me. And so it's almost like late at night when you don't have something else to do. I go pull inspiration so that it's a go-to.
I
But
know
like the
that you know that.
paintings,
So I think
yeah,
that's what we all do. If you ask anyone in the
yeah.
in the group we are, and they will all say this is what we do every single evening when you're laying in bed, when you're ready, you know, all you do, you're just on your phone and you're looking for inspirations. I'm not looking for anything else. I'm purely for my inspirations and things. And
Mhm.
there is always something, or you see something and you want to modify it or stuff like that. But like I've said already, I don't have a lot of my own, pretty much nothing. Everything I do, I've seen it somewhere. So this is how it works
I'm
for
the
me. And I
same.
think, why not?
Yep, exactly that. And you know, I've talked with a lot of techs, and that's exactly what they say too, is they'll take something and then they just twist it just a little bit. But our inspiration always comes from something else. So in a way, you're right, we're copying, but we still kind of personalize it just a little bit. So Daria, we've had lots of people say hello and hi's and all of that. I don't know if you've seen any of the comments come up, but Joanne just says, it says, I like second guessing. She goes, it's like second guessing yourself. I don't take pictures. I either rush them out of the salon, LOL. Oop, that just jumped up there. And they come back a few weeks later and I'm surprised how good it looks. And I've done the exact same thing where I'm like, oh, I kind of do like that now. Yeah. So I'm back.
So, oh, it's back. It's back.
Yeah. Um, so Daria, when you take your pictures, do you make that part of you? Like for me, I've trained my clients when they first come in, I take a picture of how many weeks they've gone because normally my clients go 4 weeks. So I show the longevity because I do offer online workshops and I need the people that want to take my workshops to see my work last. I'm not just showing you new sets, this is how you do it. What I'm showing you is how to make it last and how to do fills, repairs, troubleshoot the common nail issues. And so for me, my clients are trained that they take their picture in the beginning, they take their picture at the end. How do you set up taking your pictures for your clients?
I don't take the picture in the end, just when my client is coming back for a new set of nails. I don't do it. I don't know why, but to be honest, um, you see a lot of different issues and troubleshooting the nails don't last and stuff like that all over the internet, but I've never had it myself. It's never was an issue with me or my clients. I don't know
Mhm.
why. I can tell exactly step by step what I do, what I don't do. I've never had issues, so I never had to take a picture of what it's gonna look in 3 weeks' time, say for instance. But yeah,
Mhm.
I do pay a lot of attention to when I take. I don't always take a picture. It's because, say for instance, like I'm playing colors, things like that. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't. I just, if I spend too long with my client, because I'm also blah, 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 and it takes me sometimes 4 hours instead of two because it's just purely my talking and I'm just moving with my hand. Yeah. So, yeah, I just let my client go because she's got to rush somewhere, and I feel really awkward asking for the photograph. But I do pay a lot of attention when I take the picture of my client's nails because basically there's few secrets. I can tell you, I'm going to tell you them. So the secret one, number one, is the cuticle oil. It's a big no, no, no. Why? I
Yeah.
explain why. Because it looks anybody Russian gonna say to you, it looks, are you trying to hide, cover up some defects there?
Mhm.
You're trying
Yep.
to hide imperfections of your bad, bad, bad work. When it's not always the case. Cuticle oil must be put after the photograph was taken. What you do for the hands and skin look the best, you use baby wipes, moisturizing type. You really rub them in every finger, and your skin gonna glow literally. It's not
Mhm.
gonna be greasy as the cuticle oil, but it's gonna be the healthiest option of the skin on the hands. The skin gonna be healthy and glowing and really nourished. They're gonna look really nourished, but without all that grease around. Once you've taken the picture, then you can go ahead if your client wishes to apply the cuticle oil. I personally hate cuticle oil. I never apply it to my own hands. I found another solution. It is the baby oil, the spray type,
Yes.
which is, you put in the baby skin after bath. It comes in a spray that absorbs instantly because it's all natural ingredients. When cuticle oil, I don't know, I just don't like it. It
Yeah.
doesn't, baby oil doesn't make your hands feel greasy or anything like that. Then another thing about the photographs, I think it's really important, is the positioning of your client's hands. I've seen one of the schools I've trained with, they showed you how not to take pictures and how to take pictures. Because basically, first of all, throw away all that towels you have. So you know what I'm
Yes.
talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
pattern towel, like with the pattern polka dot or whatever it is, and the nails, hands laying like that.
Mm.
Octopus, which is the
Mhm.
very wrong thing to do. When you're picturing the nails, you want to picture the nails. You don't want to take the picture of your client's hand. This is not what you're going to show. You want to show the picture of the work you've done. So what we're doing, say for instance, I'm going to sit higher up a bit. So this is the desk, that my arm is the desk. And when you're taking the picture of your client's hands, I like to do one hand at a time because I think I can get as close as possible. We're taking this part, the wrist, kind of like that. And your hand is leaning and kind of
Okay.
like almost in the air. You need to work on your background, basically. No background was under there. So I have a mat I put on my desk because the desks always get messy. My mat has a pattern, kind of like a wood effect pattern, very white one. So, or just A4 paper will be fine. Something white, no glittery, no colory, because when there's glitter there, for instance, I see glitter, I don't see anything else. But you want to see the picture of work. And the lamp will be, you have to have the round lamp because it will give you the best lighting. The lamp just right above your hand. That's it. And then you zoom it and you're
Yeah.
done. And
Yeah.
then you need to use photo editor, but not to give effects or anything like that. It's not that. It's to edit the photograph. And by editing the photograph, I mean take down the warmth of the picture. So the picture looking as realistic as possible without excessive yellow tones. That's what I do. This is how I edit. This is how they taught in the schools I went with. So I hope I can
Yeah.
help somebody with that.
Oh my
Improve
God,
on
you
that.
taught, yeah, you absolutely taught me something new today. So I stress the same thing. I stress don't use cuticle oil before the picture for the same reasons. And then it also makes it look flooded at the cuticle, so then you can't see the definition of all the hard work we did. And so we have the C&D, which is Creative Nail Design Solar Speed Spray. It's actually made to help nail polish dry faster, but it has a little bit of oil in it. But I can spray that on and things just look nourished, but not flooded and, not too much. And so I love that you mentioned wipes. I've never even thought about using the wipes
Well,
before like
if
that.
you see the greatest Instagram when you're thinking of the pictures of their work and you're thinking, look at that skin, especially if that was Russian manicure, how it's almost glowing from the inside. That is nourishing, moisturizing baby wipes for the baby's bums. That's what it is, purely. Nothing else, but that's what it is. This is what is used. Plus, the good thing is you can clean up all the dust and everything once the set's been done. So the hands and nails, sometimes I used to take the pictures in the past. I've done a great set, but when I'm taking the picture, I feel sometimes the camera can see more than I can. And all you can see is a lot of dust, a lot of like different beads and glitter beads and everything. And then you think, how do I remove that? You don't need to remove that. You just use the baby wipes. So you're going to kill two things in one go. Basically, you're going to clean up the hands and your skin going to look and feel really nice and nourished.
Great,
That's
great, great tips. Thank you for sharing that with us. I mean, that's a huge tip. And when it comes to posing, so when a client comes in with a picture that they have in mind, and at the end we don't pose them similar to the picture, immediately for some reason, because okay, so let me back up a little bit. They come in with a picture and maybe it's coral with the marble, like what I have on, but yet they've changed the color. Now they want it purple with marble. And then they want it on more than one finger. So automatically you're not copying it all what the picture is. Now you've transformed it. And at the end, if you do the pose different, they don't see at all their picture to what you did at all the same. So make sometimes your pose be similar to what they came in with, and then do your own pose of however you do as well. That way you have your picture, but they have something that's similar to what they brought in. So mentally they know that you did what they wanted.
I only had one client who was asking me for something and came with a picture, to be honest. Like you said, they come in with the idea. They normally come in with my own pictures. They come in, oh look, I've seen this on the page, and they've already saved the picture and come in and they're asking for it. But I had a client once who came and asked for something specific, and I said yes, I can do it. It was only a simple design, but she had it in mind, and I did what she's seen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. And it's interesting too because then they post it online. I went in asking for this, but I left with this. And you think, oh my gosh, for the 2 hours you were in my chair, I talked consistently about what you wanted, what shape you wanted, what color you wanted. And this is what you chose. So it's interesting how sometimes the concept, I don't know, the communication gets miscued sometimes. It doesn't happen a lot to me because I'm like you, I'm a chatterbox. So I will sit there and overly ask, do you like this? Is this really what you want? Let me try this. I can wipe this off. And I really communicate. So therefore, they won't ever leave here thinking that they didn't get what they wanted. Yeah. So, so Tina says, thank you for that. But I make my own cuticle oil. It's not oily, so she does do that. She goes, I didn't know about taking the warmth down, and then she'll be trying that out. So again, Daria, thank you for the tips that you're helping
Yeah,
out with
but like
this.
this is great. If Tina can make her own cuticle, but like I said, this is what I'm talking purely for taking the best and making the most of your pictures. You can apply it as much as you like, but just do it after. Once you
Yeah.
took the picture, once it's done, it doesn't take long at all. Then you can apply as much as you like. This is only for that. Like most of my clients, when I offer them, I said, "Do you want cuticle?" They're like, "I will be fine," and they're really fine. I don't know. I don't like it myself. Like I said, if somebody likes it, please have it, you know. I
Yeah.
don't say that this is very wrong, that this is what I do is the right thing to do. No, not at all. Everybody's different. We all have different needs. If somebody likes cuticle, they can have it, of course. But just on the pictures, it just looks a bit, it looks greasy. That's all I'm trying to say. It looks a bit disattractive. And especially for those Russian manicure specialists, it
Oh,
means that you are done not a very good quality work and you're trying to hide a lot of things. If there is no manicure picture,
mhm.
this is how the cuticle looks. This is natural for it to look. But like I said, if you add a little bit of a baby wipe, it will just take all the dryness and things away.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great, great idea. And so let's talk a little bit more. How do you set your pricing for artwork? Do you have one price and it's all included, or do you separate it out depending what they do?
So basically, well, my price is in UK pounds. So say for instance, like full set of Russian manicure that includes um part of my all treatments is nail alignment and
Okay.
strengthening to all my nail clients. So basically with that, they can grow any length they want and a plain gel polish. Swarovski crystals are always at free of charge because it is always still exciting, to put them diamonds. So you make your client happy and you make yourself happy because your work looks a lot more attractive to other people as
Right.
well. So they will be asking, where did you get these crystals from and stuff like that. So the £25, and then if they want a nail art, first time nail art is always free. So you can
Okay.
choose any nail art you want. And from that on is either £5 extra per nail or £10. £5 per nail is kind of like simple to medium level nail art. If
Mhm.
it's something very simple, I won't charge for that at all. But if it is something very complicated, such as faces, say for instance, I've done a baby face,
Yeah.
or I did a pug on the nail. It was like realistically looking pug that takes me a lot of time to do it. It takes me about an hour to do it, just to do a pug's face,
Yeah.
to make the
Yeah.
proper shading and stuff. So I'm thinking, why should I do it just for nothing? Things like that is £10 additional per nail.
Yeah, yeah. It's always hard to justify because sometimes, like if you're using gel polish, you already have it. It's just a daub that you're using to create the entire nail. And so the cost isn't there, but the time is. And so I always tell people to kind of backtrack a little bit and figure out exactly what you want to make per hour and justify that. So if you want to make 30 or $20 an hour and it takes you 30 minutes, then charge $10 minimum for that so that you're keeping your
But
per
then
hour rate.
again, it depending if we're talking about home-based salon. Me, it's a home-based salon at the moment because it suit
Mhm.
my life, because it suit my life with my kids. So I can be my own boss. I have a separate building. My husband built me a separate building that is in my garden. My own nail studio is in my garden. And I'm there my own boss. But if I had say for instance, the people who working for me. So what
Mhm.
would I do? I would make a top nail master, say for instance. Top
Yep,
nail
yep.
tech is the one who can do anything. She can work with gel, she can work with acrylics. It doesn't matter. Whatever you ask, she can do anything, and she's good at it. She's good with the cuticle scissors, and she's good at the cuticle nippers. And she can charge more than the rest of the people when there's just an average nail technician can charge. So that I would say that the price would depend on what level you are. If you're a very beginner, of course you can't charge a lot. Basically, you have to charge for materials purely and not for anything else because you need a pair of hands to practice on them. So
Right, right. Yeah, no, great advice. And you're right, because there's so many factors that come in, but a lot of people don't know what their overhead costs. They don't know what their product costs are. They don't know what their table costs are. All they know is what they want to make per hour, and they think that they're making $30 per hour, but you're not. By the time you factor all that in, it really comes down to you're making about $4 an hour. And then you're always giving freebies here and there, and then it took you longer than that hour to do it. And so people don't know their costs. And that's actually one of the workshops that I teach is called Keeping Profits in Your Pockets. And we go in detail to find out what your costs are, not down the street cost, what your costs are, so you can break it down so you know how to charge for that kind of stuff. And you're right, when you're in your own, you don't have those same overheads, and your timing can be a little bit different. And so it's always hard to justify the cost for nail
it
art. That's
is.
why I like to ask that question.
Of course I want to ask, I don't want the £25, I want £100 per se because I
Yeah.
put all my stuff in it. But I can't ask for things like that because it's not realistic in the area I live. Because in my area, there's a lot of people who charge £10 for the set of nails for gel polish. And more than anything, there's one more thing, they will come to your home, which I would never do because I have a setup studio and I only work there. I don't go to
Yeah.
other people's houses. If you want to come, you come to me. And it is really hard. And that's why you have to be really good at something. You have to be different. I think every nail technician has to have her own thing, right? Her own twist. Why she's different from everybody else. So, say for instance, somebody's really good at sculpting acrylics. And her job is just to spot on. You can't find any imperfections at all. She's so good at it. Her nails has a proper arch and things like that. But some can do an excellent Russian manicure, perhaps. And this is her thing
Mhm.
because her manicure will be always spot on. Somebody can do a nail art or something else. I don't know. There is so many things you can grow
Mhm.
in this industry. It's just endless. You can't even count them out.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest things that can set you apart from anybody else is you. It's your environment, it's you, it's your personality. We can go to lots of techs and maybe get similar, structure and similar manicures, and then maybe the art might be a little bit different. But ultimately, the reason why they continue to come back is because of you, your cleanliness, your personality, your bubbliness, or that you can relate with them, through conversation. And so it really comes down to being you. And I can see why people would go to you instantly. Like you just have this funness about you as well. And it's kind of funny. We keep talking about perfection, perfection today, which we all know that there is no perfection. And it's funny because 26 years ago, my clients chose a name for me. I didn't choose Perfect 10. At the very end, I accepted it because I ran a competition for my name, and it's Perfect 10 Nail Studio.
I
And
love
it's
it.
been a great. However, there's fine print that I always tell people it's almost perfect 10, like, or perfect 9, maybe perfect 8 that day. There's never perfection. And it's funny when you were talking and you mentioned the word perfect. I've had this cup for years, like many, many years. And the front says, "Life is tough. I recommend getting a really good manicure and a cute helmet." But this side says it says live imperfectly with great delight, meaning we don't have to be perfect, but we can be us, and it's great delight. We can always see where we want to improve, and that's good. That's a goal that makes us thrive to want to be better, but we don't have to be perfect. And it's funny that I've had this cup for years and I've never read it the same way until today because you've helped inspire that part of that. It's interesting. So, so Daria, my dear, it's been an hour. I tell you that when I do these tech talks, they go by so fast.
It
And I
is.
know there's things that we can pick your brain on. But you've shared so many tips and tricks with us that have been great. Thank you for sharing that. I've learned from you today as well.
My baby vibe, super weapon, secret weapon. Yeah.
Well, not only that, just how you posed, everybody does different poses and they always say the natural, the better,
I
not the
think,
cloth. Definitely not. You called it the octopus and I've never heard it that way and I like that too.
yeah, but I would say that you need to, like everybody out there, then you go to work on their pictures. The better they get it, the better it is. Because this is how you sell your product. This is how you sell yourself. This is how you sell your work. The better, the more attractive, the more professional it looks, the more people will think that you truly are professional.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's really
So Daria,
important.
if anybody that's watching this live right now or they're watching it through replay, how do you suggest them getting a hold of you to be able to do a one-on-one with you?
Basically, they can just personal message me. So I've never done anything online, like online classes where I can be with someone else and I can explain things because I can't. I have, to be honest, once when I had a request to record the video on how I did something. I think it was sunflower video, and it is not as difficult to do than sunflowers is to set up everything else. I have no idea how to make it work, how to make it bright and light so everybody can see everything I do. This is so difficult. And
Yeah.
so at the moment, I was just doing one-to-one when the people were coming to my place and we did the training. Yeah, and I have the people who were trained with me and they're coming back for more because they've got better. They had some improvements and compliments from their clients, so they want to grow. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm really thinking of idea of start setting up it properly and have an online sessions because I don't think it makes a lot of difference if somebody sat next to me or somebody watching me, but if it was a good quality video, the ones I've seen, because in my nail school I've trained when I took online classes, the video is quality of the video is just amazing. But I don't know how I can't see how it's all set up, where they've got the camera, where they've got other things, how they set up the lighting, because this is just the spot on. So I'm gonna think of working on in that direction now. And perhaps if I have everything set up, why can't I have a YouTube videos maybe and things like that? I have so many easy ideas that I can share because it's so easy
Yes,
to
yes.
do. I've got a 10-year-old daughter. She can do it. If she can do it, if I can do it, anyone can.
I love it. So true. So, I'm first of all going to extend out to you. So, Susie Moscow has Nail Career Education on YouTube. And if you've ever seen her setup, she has like the balloon lights, she has all this stuff for lighting. But her husband is like a producer for TV. He understands the lighting, but she is open and willing to help you understand lighting like that. When it comes to the workshops online, I can help you. I've helped many other techs, even in our group. I've helped the other admin to be able to do online workshops. So I can help you understand that part and how to set it up depending where you want to be. And then I can say when it comes to YouTube, there's a fine line in there. I've learned from other people that are huge nail, YouTube stars that they love that they share their work, but they regret sharing as much as they did to the general public DIY. They really wanted to keep it for pros only. And if you notice on my YouTube, I don't put anything that I really do in workshops because I believe in keeping it for us pros to be unique and working on the pro level with pro products. That if we show every DIY person out there, we're kind of not helping out our fellow tech. We're showing up for everybody. So you'll see that there's kind of a limit sometimes unless you're selling a product. If you're going to get to where you're selling a product and you want to sell it to everybody, go for the YouTube, absolutely. So there's always these fine lines in there of where we need to be because people say all the time, well, I didn't see a lot on your YouTube page. You're not going to because I charge for my workshops and I do these in nail groups because I keep it for professionals. Yeah, so true. Well, once again, Daria, I can't thank you enough for sharing
Oh,
yourself with us for an
you're always
hour. And
welcome.
and I know that your page is going to be lit up over the next few weeks of all these people coming in and watching your artwork because I go to your page all the time for inspiration. So thank you for taking the time to take these pictures of the work that you do. Even though I see you wanting to, still work on that, I'm wanting to work just to be, on the level where you are. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh no, I don't think of myself the way you think of me, unfortunately. I'm kind of like bringing myself down myself. I don't know, but I just got so much to go. I'm just like have a huge plans. So there's always room for improvement for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So thanks again for joining us on Tech Talk Live. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It was my honor speaking to you
Oh,
today, and I was so hoping that I can be helpful at least a little bit. If I,
oh my
if
gosh,
I,
absolutely helpful.
yeah.
So all of you that have made comments that we've missed, you know that I go back through and I'll answer. Somebody even asked me if I did my own hair today. Yes, I did my own hair actually, curled it. So we'll answer any questions that you have. I'm going to put the link to Daria's page in the comments if it will allow me. Sometimes on the lives it doesn't allow me to link like that, but I'm going to see what I can do so that you guys can have easy access to her. And then on Thursday on Tech Talk Live, I have Tony Lee live with me. You'll need to maybe convert your time, but it's 10 Mountain Daylight Time, AM my time. And so if you click going on that event, it should translate the time to you. And then Thursday afternoon, Lilia Saxon with Magic Gel is going to come on, and we're only going to talk brushes, how to prep your brushes for nail art and for gels, and then how to clean them and the differences in brushes. So we're going to do an education thing on there. And Daria, if there's ever a time that you want to go live with me again and talk about a technique or
And
show
thank
us
you.
something more.
And I can say the same about you. Thank you for going live with me.
Yeah, so absolutely. So you guys, thanks so much for joining in live, and I'll see you in 2 days on Thursday. All right, thanks, Daria.
Thank you.